DJ Longhair here in the house. And after, oh gosh, when was ZBexx? It was October last year.
Vegas. We met in Vegas, which was Halloween weekend. Yeah, October of 2024.
Right. So it took us this long to schedule. I'm so glad it finally happened.
Holidays are rough.
What's that?
Holidays are rough. We had to get past that.
I didn't even bother to schedule during that time. I just kind of like hit you up and go, "Hey, I'm here. You remember me? Cool." And then I was trying to get you on for MTG Roundtable, to where everyone's very candid and we just talk about Magic, good and bad. We get both sides of the story and just kind of talk about it. So we try not to be an echo chamber. But hopefully one of these Thursdays you could free up your schedule and pop on in. I know you work and are doing the Magic thing, so yeah.
One day it'll happen.
Oh, yes. So go ahead and introduce yourselves as if no one knows who you are.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm ZBexx. I'm a professional cosplayer and trading card game personality. I've been doing Magic the Gathering and Disney Lorcana content for quite a while now. I've made over 43 different cosplays for Magic the Gathering specifically, but I do other cosplays in movies, cartoons, animes, video games, all sorts of other spectrums. And I've played Magic since the original Innistrad block. I know a lot about Magic, and I play a lot of Magic.
That is awesome. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. Look, cheers.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
My bad. It's my purple drink. Squirrels and purple drink is my staple on the channel.
I'm staying hydrated in all this heat. That's my goal.
Oh, I know. What is it up there right now? I didn't even look, and I'm just like, it's just freaking hot, man.
Oh, it's a blazing 66 degrees here. That's really hot for us Oregonians.
Oh, yeah. No, I hear that. 66? Oh, God. Here we get into the 90s to like 120s. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So Oregon. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never been up there. I mean to go there in Washington. Yeah. So good times. All right. So I'm going to say hi to a couple peeps in chat, and then I don't really have a bunch of questions prepped for you, but I know nothing about cosplay. So I'll probably be picking your brain there if that's cool. Yeah. And talk a little bit about yourself. Now, you just mentioned you've been in since the Innistrad block.
Original Innistrad. My boyfriend, then now husband, played and would always talk about going to Friday Night Magic and like, oh, this week there was 40 people at Friday Night Magic, or this week there was 50 people. There's 60 people. It kept getting bigger and bigger. And so I was like, all right, you're obsessed with this and you're very excited that the turnout is increasing, so teach me how to play Magic. And nice. I originally got taught and then had a moment where I blocked a 1/1 death touch with my 6/6, and they were like, yeah, yours is dead. And I got really mad about it, like the new player mad. I was like, you didn't tell me that. I quit. I'm never playing again. And then it took about a month or two, and I reapproached and I said, we're going to play this Magic game, and I'm going to write down all the keywords on scratch paper, and you're no cheating this time. Not that it was cheating. I just had one of those beginner floof moments. But I've been playing for a long time, ever since I hopped back on the bandwagon.
Nice. And on the cosplay scene, oh my God, the OG Lily, come on now.
Yes.
Right? So
Lily's the reason.
Okay, got it. I kind of thumbed through, and let me know later. I can update the stuffs, because I know that photographers deserve credit and all that. I just was kind of in a hurry putting this together, but I hope you like the thumbnail. It took me a minute to get you cut out properly. So
no problem. That was from Sarah England. She's someone that I actually met locally at my game store in Eugene, and then reconnected with her when I was at an event up in Vancouver, Canada. She moved up there, and I was like, whoa, good to see you. So she took a bunch of awesome photos for me.
Nice. There was another one, because I wanted to catch your first a couple of your Lily cosplays, but I was scrolling through Instagram, just like I gotta get this thumbnail done. Originally, I had like
I
a
need to
purple background,
repost
and
a lot of my cosplays. I haven't been posting my old ones.
oh, okay, okay. So I would have been looking in vain, and there was some really good pictures of you up there, but a couple of them where I wanted because Innistrad, I love Innistrad, and like I love dark stuff. So I was just like, oh, I gotta find like a cool like pseudo goth look or whatever, and I just kept
Oh, I
scrolling and
think I
scrolling and
lost
scrolling, and I'm
you.
like,
Here, let me re-click.
what's that? Oh, oh, I think you froze there. But yes, I was looking through, and then I just saw this one. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go reverse goth, and boom, there you are. Sorry, Angel. I was like, oh boy. Yeah. So let's see if you can get unfreeze there. If you're having problems, just go ahead and pop out and pop back in. There you go. So welcome everyone. We're talking with ZBexx today. I'm gonna say hi to a few peeps in chat while she uses the link to pop back in. This program's a little bit more finicky than when I was on StreamYard. So if your internet dips for a little bit, it'll pop you out, and then you got to pop back in. There you are. Okay, where can I move this chat? I think the chat's good there since you're closer to mine there. So give it a minute. But yeah, it was kind of funny when I met her. She was kind of arguing with I guess a fan or something, or you had kind of a small entourage with you. But when I ran into you, it's like I kind of know that I might know who this is, but you know, I was running around. There you are, perfect. Yes, I was running around, and I don't do cosplay, but that was just kind of like I'm a salesperson, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna run around the whole thing and hand out my cards. Do I have one here? You know what? It's in my squirrel deck.
Was I Jester's cap when we met?
I think so.
Okay.
It was I think it was day 3, right? Or day
Oh,
2. I was wearing this, right?
I think
Squirrel.
so.
Okay.
Then if it was day 3, then it was probably Asika.
Asika. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I my whole thing through the whole convention was like I gotta squirrel everyone. So I walked up, and you were kind of, I'm like, excuse me, because I was waiting for you because you were talking to your peeps, and I'm like, excuse me, tell me, have you been squirreled yet? And you're like, what?
I was so confused.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, let me scroll you real quick. You're like, huh? And I'm like, bam. So yeah, and then talking, and then like when I was like trying to get your socials, because like I eventually was planning on hitting up more people in the cosplay scene because I don't know anything about it. So, and then like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. You're like, huh?
I'm never sure with interactions at cons if people are just excited to see somebody dressed up or
Yeah.
if they've seen stuff that I've done online before. I've done a lot of different things, so I'm always interested to know if you know me from someplace, if you're just meeting
Mhm.
me for the first time.
Yeah, no, and it's funny too because I think the very first con I went to was M30, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
all the so I'm going through because I've been trying to coordinate with artists to interview them as well. And then I wanted to do kind of a special edition of MTG Roundtable where I had a bunch of artists so that we could talk about the AI scene, how it affects them, and all that, right?
Yeah.
And I've been coordinating for the last 4 years. But it was funny because, like, my first time, I was just going by the artist, and I used to with my folks, I'd go to like Strawberry Festival and county fairs and stuff like that. So I've ran booths, and I just come up and I talk to them like I know them, and it works. And everyone swears they know me. I'm like, dude, this is my first con ever. How do you guys know me? So, anyways, yeah, no, it was great to meet you. I'm so glad that we finally coordinated and got this together. Give me 1 second here. So, I guess let's start off with when did you get into cosplay?
I got into cosplay
Mhm.
in 2012.
Oh,
So after the original Innistrad set came out, I had gotten into Magic and I saw the Liliana decal on the game store. And we
nice.
were actually going to go to the Pro Tour in Hawaii
Mhm.
just for
Oh,
fun to go spectate. And so
nice.
I knew that I wanted to dress up because I didn't understand all the rules of the game, but I
Sure.
have a dance and sewing background. So I actually started cosplaying because of Magic and found art on cards that I really loved and wanted to bring to life. And you can't, I mean, now you can find Jason Liliana costumes, but back then there was no such thing. You could not buy
Right.
it online. You had to make it. So yeah, it's been a fun journey finding new ways to bring different Magic card arts to life.
That's super cool. Now, bear with me as I'm a complete and utter noob when it comes to cosplay. Now, cosplay is more than just dressing up, right?
Well, it depends on the person.
Uh-huh.
So I really like knowing a couple of quotes or flavor texts from my characters when I go. For example, Wizards of the Coast hired me to do Vraska's Betrayal Sting at Magiccon Philadelphia and
Ooh,
Magiccon Minneapolis in
okay.
2023.
I gotta
So,
see some pictures of that. Dang it.
I'll send some to you.
Nice. Okay.
The I listen to all of her arena sound bites before going on
Nice.
the floor every day
Can,
so
can
that
you
I
give us
could
one?
oh yeah, I could be like uh, life with flesh is so boring. You could live
Nice.
eternally
Nice.
if you just have some oil.
Nice. Okay.
So like I don't remember exactly what she said, but I would just I really enjoy getting into character. The theater kid comes out in me. Not every cosplayer likes to do that. You know, they each
Mm.
have their own way, but I like getting into a little bit. If somebody wanted me to do a little skit or a dance, I'm down for it. Some people just like making the costumes and even just wearing them in their backyard. They might not even take them out into public. Like they just like posting them online. So it kind of is
Mm.
to each their own. You cosplay how you want to cosplay. But I
Okay.
definitely get into the character role playing a little bit more than I would say the average person does.
Yeah. And I never got into cosplay. Like, I didn't really get it. Like, I just figured people dress up for cons and that's all it was. But there's like way more into it. Like, I'm like, whoa. So, like, how? I guess as treat me like a noob, as I am. What is cosplay to you? Like, you mentioned getting into the character and stuff like that. So, like, what is it to you?
Well, cosplay is literally costume role playing in
Okay.
its pure word etymology breakdown.
Mhm.
And I do believe that I like to take the costume part of it and take all of my skills, or even if you just pull something out of your closet that looks similar, and then you
Yeah.
get to become a character. I think a lot of people might be able to relate with Halloween. Have you ever
Mm.
put on a costume like a king's hat and just felt so regal all of a sudden, like you could be knighting people? You know,
Okay.
something like that that kind of just you put on the costume and then suddenly you are Liliana. You have become her, which I get a little bit testy and short tempered with Liliana on. It's really weird, but like wearing black hair just brings out this mean diva in me, as
Nice.
Liliana would be, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I think the closest I ever got was Vampire the Masquerade.
yeah.
They used to hang out here in City Hall because City Hall was cool with it. So some would dress up, some wouldn't. But you had the whole rock paper scissors bomb thing. Did you play it before?
Mm-mm. I'm familiar with
Oh,
it though.
okay. So basically, instead of having dice, you would go into and any of your perception checks or sense checks because you were a vampire and you were in vampiric society. So you go up and then check, or if you battled, you would literally be playing rock paper scissors or bomb at puissance or something like that. And like I role playing for me, like I don't know. Like game wise, I prefer a tabletop. Like if we are role playing, I still need that little figurine or something, but it just, I don't know, it never really hit me. I do like acting and stuff like that, but it never really hit me. But
Yeah.
it was fun to participate that and be a vampire. I
Well,
was literally I was a vampire that had dual personality, and I was both Hans and Franz, and worked out a whole thing to where I would just go up to like, even though it was a starter character, I was a beefy vamp, of course, because I am both Hans and Franz. And I just go up to people and says, "Yeah, we come to pump you up," like that, and do that. So I was like that the whole time. So it's a lot of fun, and to do that like the whole con though, that's crazy.
Well,
Um,
okay, so that right there that you identified, like that feeling when you got in, you did the voice for me, like
yeah,
that to me, that's what cosplaying is. And it doesn't
mm,
have to be 24/7 the entire con. It's going to be like
okay,
that moment when maybe we first meet each other. I'll do my
right,
Verasta line or you do your Hans line. And like from there, you can go on and have a regular conversation or play a regular game. But I think that's kind of what it is. It's getting to become somebody else and really embody that through what you're wearing.
yeah. Oh, Casey has a good question. Or yeah, I guess he is kind of summing up for me. Is there method acting equivalent to RP cosplay? Um,
I
that,
haven't ever raised any zombies from the dead, so very hard to
aw,
method act with Liliana. I think really it's kind of just the day before or the day of. A lot of time while I'm putting my makeup on, especially
mhm,
when I'm doing a Disney character, I'll watch that Disney movie as I'm
mhm.
putting my makeup on so I can get into the nice high voices and the little giggly laughs and where
Yeah.
before Vraska I listened to the whole arena soundtrack thing to get really into character. I don't know if
Mm,
there's method acting for me behind it. Maybe
mhm.
as I'm making the cosplay, I think about like how much I'm going to enjoy being that. But for
Yeah.
me, I don't think it's quite equivalent to what method actors do.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
living as Liliana in my day-to-day life.
Uh yeah. I think your brother would be annoyed because you keep trying to resurrect him, and he's like, "Dude, I'm still alive."
Yeah, yeah. Josie's
Leave me
like,
alone.
"What?"
So I kind of whoa, calm down, calm down. There we go, there we go. What was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, yes. So basically, it's not quite method acting, but you kind of get into it, and that's what you do on first introductions at when you're cosplaying, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Um. So, you had mentioned something about a game store. Is that your regular job, or?
Yeah. My regular job is working at my family's local game store. So shout out
Ooh.
to Addictive Behaviors, the super
Mm-hmm.
holographic one. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I started working there around the same time that I started playing and wanted to learn how to play the game to be a reputable source behind the counter, not just a pretty face to sell you magic cards. I wanted to
Right.
actually I saw everybody coming in and asking my one coworker for commander advice, and this was back in like 2013 when literally only the first 5 pre-cons had come out. And this one guy had like all the knowledge, or we had another guy who was like the modern and standard aficionado. And I wanted to be able to give those type of expert card advice for deck just like they did. So
Nice.
I knew that I
Yeah.
had to learn the game, and I actually became a judge to further learn the
Oh.
game so I could really know everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, boy, you're just adding to your repertoire of like list. Like when you make a resume, or if you submit to that, we'll get into that in a little bit. Like how you got involved in Magic, because I'm really curious about that. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you have like when you write down your thing, you're like, okay, I was a judge, I cosplay, I work at a store, I play, I've cosplayed for all of this. Like, how big is your like repertoire, your list for your resume? Oh my god.
Well, pretty long. I do keep a note of all of the cosplays that I've done in order,
Oh,
and it goes down to 77 right now with everything that I've done. So my resume would be just as long, multiple pages,
Oh
with all
wow,
of the
that's
events
crazy.
that I've worked and traveled to. I think in 2023, I traveled to 11 events in 8 months. I will never do
Oh
that
wow.
much again in that short amount of time.
Oh my
But hey,
god.
I had all these opportunities, so I seized them.
Well, my
Now
my
I
question is on that list, it seems like you're a Volo player, like, are they all different species, right, or what?
I am kind of a Volo player. I actually have an Oops All ZBexx cosplay deck that is now a year
Really?
old. Yep, where
Mm,
I have every Magic card that I've ever cosplayed in there. And some of them are really great, like Nxla World Waker, not bad. Some
mm,
of them, like Fae of Wishes, the adventure side does, or not adventure, Fae of Wishes is like get it out of your sideboard, does
yeah,
absolutely nothing in Commander. So like some of them
yeah.
are great, some of them suck.
Well, it's your fun deck though.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now I'm personally like a tribal or typal or kindred, whatever they want to call it now these days. But so a lot of my decks, like obviously I'm a big squirrel guy, so I was so stoked when Blue Girl came out because squirrels had finally had a lot of options. Of course,
Yeah,
elves,
Hazel.
demons, dragons. I'm like stoked. I actually have a demon deck that's working right now. I'm like, yay, I could be evil. With
I guess you can
Balthazar.
add to my resume. I also have a Magic card made after me that Gavin Verhey made for his Unknown event, the Cosplay Zur.
Oh, nice.
It's a
That's neat.
clone, and it's pretty good because it's a 5-mana clone that has cost 1 blue pip, but it gets the activated abilities of like one of your opponent's creatures on the battlefield. It's like a hyper clone almost. It's like kind of busted.
Like still like the new Deadpool, like it swapped text, or you could just pick up.
Just that you pick it up. I'll have to pull up the exact phrase, but yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That's neat. I got to meet Gavin, and he was in some 70s garb. I was like, dude, that's amazing. You rock with your bat self with orange pants. I was like, you go, guy.
Gavin and I dress very similarly. We dress very brightly. We actually at one point bought a sweatshirt from the same booth at the Emerald City Comic Con when we went, because like I got one that had books on it and he got one that had lemons on it. It was like, these are good sweaters.
Nice. Okay, so I guess let's talk about how you got involved with Magic. Like, did you approach them or did they approach you? Like, how did that go? How did you become, like, my big question is, how did you become a MTG ambassador?
Yeah. So, I mean, a brief little introduction was
Mhm,
when I went to Pro Tour Honolulu a second time, I
mhm,
met Mark Purvis because I had dressed up as Nissa World Waker
mhm.
and got a connection with him there. I was like one of the first cosplayers, and he gave me a Guru Forest, which was really cool. Um, and so I kind of had that in then. From
Nice.
there, I started reaching out to companies that were hosting Grand Prix, as they were called back in the
Mhm,
day, like Channel
mhm.
Fireball and Cascade Games over here on the West Coast,
Yeah.
Face to Face up in Canada. And
Mm,
so I got sponsored to go to events for my cosplay, whether you wanted to do like a meet and beat to challenge me in a game, or if I was just walking around the floor and kind of have free reign to do my own stuff. So after working for a bunch of companies, Pastimes, Cool Stuff Inc., um, you know, I I was at Magic 30, and there was me, Lady Lavinia's, and Zabricus, I believe. There were 3 of us all standing together. We all had our cosplay tokens, pictures of us that you can use as tokens in game, just like your squirrel that you gave me.
nice.
Um, we were stuck in Elspeth's Streets of New Capenna land for 2
Ooh.
hours. And I
Oh, wow.
stuck is not a bad thing. We had a line of people who must have thought we were working the event, or maybe they didn't know or not. Even the Wizards production crew came up and took videos of us at this spot. I went through all 200 of the tokens that I had brought for the entire weekend in that 2 hours. So after that Magic 30, I was like, all right, it's time. Like, I got to my contacts and I was like, you told me I was one of your first cosplayers. Send my email to whoever's in charge of doing this because I want to cosplay for you. And my time on the floor showed me that you could hire more people to do this. And that's kind of how I got hired as Veraska. How I got into the ambassador program, I think, is just being active and involved in the community. They have a lot of creators, large to small, that have been involved in the ambassador programs. And so I think having a presence online, commenting on other people's posts and content, just really being an active community member is what actually got me into the ambassador program. So there's like working for Wizards was one thing, but then being an ambassador, I think, is a lot more attainable than a lot of people might realize.
Huh. Okay. I know I've tried to apply as a content creator for a few events. No luck yet. I'm not sure if they're looking for numbers because I've seen creators where they only had like, 500, 600 in there an ambassador. I'm like, how does that work? So, but basically you were working the scene for a while. And
I had been working, by the time the ambassador program came around, I definitely felt like I was one of the larger accounts as opposed to in a smaller account that was an ambassador.
Yeah.
But the initial ambassador program that did run in 2023 was a full year, a set group of people, and a trial run. And as you'll see now, they've made some adjustments where they do a new ambassador program for each set that comes out. So I am an ambassador for Dragonstorm Tarkir, which is why I have my box that I haven't finished opening yet over here with play booster packs. I opened my collector booster box and everything. But yeah, you get each one is a different set. So like I wasn't on for Duskmorn. That's totally fine for me. I'm not a spooky girl. I did the Bloomborough reveal with Z Main. So and she was Duskmorn and I was Bloomborough. I don't know if you saw that, but it was like a Parks and Rec skit.
Oh no, I must have missed that one. If you got a link, send it to me later. I did a little bit of research, but not a lot. I'll be honest.
It's so hard. I feel like after doing stuff for so long, I'm like, oh, now I can be like, I've done all of these things. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, we got a little bit of props. TCGDude says, enjoying the interview. Thanks, DJL and ZBexx. Woot woot. And then, and that's a good question, Casey. I mean, for me, finding clothing and stuff is next to impossible because I'm huge. Like, I'm pretty sure you saw I was like light-footed and like all happy and I'm like,
are you like 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'2". 6'2".
Oh, okay. Way taller than me.
And I used to deny it. I used to deny it too because I was like, no, I'm 6'1". They're like, no, you're 6'2". And I'm like, I finally checked and I'm like, oh yeah, I am 6'2". Okay.
So the question is, who do you really want to cosplay? I think it's important to like the character that you're cosplaying, or at least have an interest in getting dressed up in them. So it's not good for me to first say, you should be this person, because I want to know what you like.
Yeah, sure. Like if I was going to get into it and also be able to find clothing that I wouldn't have
scratch
to
that part. If the perfect world where you could find any clothing.
Okay. Well, what I'm more comfortable in, I'm a big I wouldn't say buff, but I love mafia movies. So New Capenna was for me. I mean, that was I'd have to worry about prosthetics and all that, but maybe Obnix or something like that. But I would just be honestly just a goon,
Cool.
walking around saying, hey, forget about it. Hey, you look like you need some new shoes. Hey,
Well, I mean, so already you've kind of put yourself into an era where you could find clothes that are made for large, tall people today.
Yeah.
Like you could find
that would be the
a suit jacket, like, exactly. Some suspenders, like the cap or whatever type of mafia hat you're going for. But like there's all sorts of ways you could do it. But if you find a particular art that you're like, oh, then you just have to figure out where you can safety pin or find a piece of fabric and wrap it around like a scarf or whatever. You can make it work.
Robert, no. Plus he's way short, bro. Stop it.
Loot.
Maybe Cranko, but again, he's kind of short. I mean, I could maybe, but yeah, Cranko could. And
Cranko would
again,
be
feels
cool. You could do some green face paint and some fun little fake warts or something.
mhm.
Like Cranko's got quite a dapper suit on too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
the new cap one. I could probably pull that off. But goblins are short, so I'm like,
So who cares? Who
yeah,
cares?
that's true. That's
The
true.
thing is, cosplay is for everybody, and you shouldn't let some physical attributions that you have restrict you from cosplaying the character who you want. I've
That's true.
cosplayed guys, and I'm
Mhm,
not a guy. You know,
mhm.
I don't have black hair, but I've cosplayed Liliana.
Yeah.
Just make sure if you're ever cosplaying anybody that's a different ethnicity than you, just be careful about
Oh,
cultural things
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only. You would
I
not be surprised. Every year, there's a post in the cosplay community where somebody wore like gray or blackface and thought it was okay. And it's like, this is not okay. So it just has to be
yeah.
said. Just if
I
you're
don't think
doing
well, I'm
something,
not a blue
be
player,
careful.
so there's no chance in expletive that I would play Teferi. I mean, come on.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah, if you were
Jace,
gonna
but
do
nah.
Teferi, all you would
Yeah,
need was a big white robe and the staff with
right.
his gold circular belt. People would understand who you are. You wouldn't need to do anything else.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that, but I mean, come on, you guys already have an awesome Teferi in your community, so I I
Well,
I don't get on Twitch much, so or Twitter, so like he told me to hit him up there or Insta, so I still have to track him down on Insta, but talk to him and Seth like in like immediate succession in M30 because Seth and a few of the content creators were just like, let's get some air and play outside. So I felt really bad bugging him during this game, but anyway,
one thing
he's
that's
there for that. Yeah.
relevant about Teferi that you bring up, because I know him, he's based on the West Coast as well. He's
Yeah.
so
Oh, nice.
cool. He stays in character as Teferi the entire interview. Like if you interview him, you're not going to
Mhm.
know anything about the dude himself. Like
Oh, okay.
not even his name. He is like, if you want to know who's Method, that dude is Method. Whoever
Yeah.
asked that earlier. There's like he's one of the few, and I was shocked when I interviewed him a long time ago when I wrote articles. He straight faced Teferi me the whole time. He acted like he was,
Mhm.
even gave answers of like, oh yeah, well that was 1,000 years ago, and I was like,
I mean, but he's like, that was so 1,000 years ago. Oh my god. Yeah. No, he was a cool guy to talk to too. I got a picture of him a couple times. But he was like one of the first cosplayers I was going to interview and basically ask away on how it all works. So you got to be my first. Yay.
yay.
But yeah, no, I have to track him down and get him on here too because the community I'm trying to build on the channel is we have everyone from naysayers to yayers to big corporate shills to people that absolutely hate, but it doesn't matter because we all sit down and play Magic. I don't, the only salt we try to bring here on the channel is obviously in game. That's it. Other than that, I don't, very accepting group here. So I'm
Cool.
glad that we hopefully will bring in some more cosplayers and some other peeps in the different scenes of Magic. That's my goal. So like I want to treat all the artists like rock stars because they are. I mean, without
They
them, we wouldn't
are.
really have Magic. Yeah.
That's why I cosplay the old cards, because as much as we love all of the planeswalkers, they didn't exist 20 plus years ago. So we all have some passion behind some old vintage artists. And I've noticed not everybody brings those to life, but the fans
Mm.
love them.
Yeah. Oh, we got a good question for you. TCGDude asks, ZBexx, you used to write articles for Magic. Any advice for folks who want to try writing about Magic?
Yeah, I used to write for Hipsters of the Coast. You can
Oh,
still
okay.
see all of my old articles up on there. I just
Nice.
found that it took me a lot longer to edit my rough drafts and make the rough
Mm.
drafts than it did for me to make videos. So I switched to that. But if you want to try writing about Magic, I think you should. You could start off on your own platform, whether it's a blog or website, or it's just social media like Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads, Instagram. Um, write about something that you're passionate, write about something that you think people might want to know about. My article was on cosplay and Magic. So I did a whole column on that. But I think there's a lot of different things that you could write about in this era of Magic that don't get talked about. So yeah, put it out there, throw some spaghetti against the wall, but practice writing. You'll, wow, you realize real fast everything they taught me back in school really does matter.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a quick sponsorship that I did with MTG Rocks. So I got to talk to a couple people there. Didn't get any articles, but I did get some stuff in their little flyer because they're doing the Bonbon thing. So we
Yeah,
responded to them a couple times and got to work with them. That was super exciting. I had a featured article for a couple shows. That was neat. So we got
that
to
is
read
cool.
that. And then I actually, when I was talking to him about it, because I'm starting out, I'm relatively cheap, you know. I wanted to do a feature article, and like, sure, I was like, bet this works. So it was super sweet.
I think if you
But
want to write for Magic, there are places that will take you on, especially if you're willing to work for cheap for a bit, or
yeah,
however long it takes you to ask for a little bit of pay. But
okay. So there you go. You hit them up, present an article, write about something that most people don't write about. That's a very good call. Yeah.
just like anything else, have a little portfolio. Be like, these are three things I've written about Magic. If you don't have anything written, it's going to be really hard to promote yourself to somebody. But if you have some examples, be like, even look, here's all the Twitter posts that I do. Like, check out how people engage on my posts. I wrote an article about that same topic,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Casey says work for exposure. Yup. In the music scene, that's kind of what you do for several years before you get spotted or seen, or the word spreads. So
I think there's a fine line there. I think when you're starting off, definitely work for exposure, but also know your worth and know your time. And that's where, like, me posting on social media every day, I mean, I'm not getting paid by all the random thoughts that I spew from my head onto the phone. But
right.
I think it gives you some credibility with the community. Then when people get to know your voice, and then you can warrant asking for the credit instead of just the exposure.
Right. Okay. And how long did it take you before you finally figured it out, or just said, "Hey, you got in with the artist"? Like, before you got to that point, like, how long were you working at it?
Like making costumes?
Making
Or what do you
costumes,
mean?
doing
Or writing articles?
Well, did the articles come after that or before that?
The article I was writing for Hipsters probably like 2017 through
Okay.
2018, 2019.
Okay. That makes
Maybe
sense.
2016 to 2018. I'd have to go back and look. But so the articles were right in the middle of everything. I'd cosplayed quite a bit and had been at events. People knew me, but I wasn't yet doing anything with Wizards. The ambassador program definitely didn't exist yet. The Magic scene was
Okay.
more focused on pros at that time.
Okay. So you were actually doing more game articles and then still cosplaying, but it wasn't like the thing at the moment,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of the up and coming. Like, people didn't know about cosplay. So it was like,
Okay.
hey, this is a thing.
Yeah, because I know it's been around forever. People would cosplay at the big Comic Cons and stuff like that. But for Magic, it was fairly new. There were some people that dressed up, but it started becoming a thing because you had. Did you do anything for WoW or no? No, okay, because that was just building
Magic
up.
was my intro, so to
Oh, okay.
cosplay.
Oh, awesome. Let's see here.
Which is definitely wild, because there were a lot of events where I was the only one dressed up, and when you run into people in the hotel elevator, they're like, "What are you here for? What convention is going on?" It's like, "Oh, it's Magic," but I'm like the only one dressed up, so don't
Oh,
get any
dang,
ideas.
dang. I mean, that could be a little awkward, but you're like, what do you mean dressed up as? Huh?
Yeah,
This is my normal attire. God, what's wrong with
exactly. This is what
you?
I wear every day.
Yeah. So okay. So you wrote for Hipsters of the Coast. So that's awesome. And how'd you? Was it just your social media post, or how'd you land that?
So are you familiar with Kristen Gregory? She was on the commander advisory group, and she's English, British.
Oh, nice. She'd
She
be annoyed
saw
with me
me.
'cause I pick up accents, so.
She was one of the main editors for
Mm,
Hipsters at the time, and I had interacted with her a lot over Twitter, and I
mm,
had posted ideas and my thoughts a lot, and she actually kind of came to me like, "Hey, would you like to write articles? Would you like to do a cosplay column?" So it was completely not something that I expected to get into,
nice.
and I was approached and I was like, this is really cool. Yeah, someone's
Mm,
gonna pay me for what I'm writing. Yeah. So that was like an easy kind of first. It was before any cons were paying me. So that was like I was
mm,
getting maybe like free entry into a con or like a booster box for wearing
ooh,
my
okay.
costume during the day, but I wasn't getting actual money yet. So this was like
Mm,
the writing the articles was really cool because it was like, oh, this is my first getting money from cosplay.
that's sick, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another good question, of course. Eh, let's just say you have an event coming up, you don't
Yeah.
have a costume together, and
Sure.
honestly, making your own, I'm sure, is way better than buying the Lily, off the rack. I mean, come
Sure.
on. So, let's just say you're you have the Vegas one coming up, okay, and, you don't have any costume together. Do they tell you what to cosplay as, or do you kinda just pick your own?
The only time that I've ever been told what to cosplay as was when I got hired to do Vraska. It was really interesting too because they were like, before you sign the contract, this was in December before Phyrexia was
Mhm.
out. They were like, we need you to see this art before you say
Okay.
yes to this costume. Because
Oh,
Vraska, Betrayal Sting, she's got a lot going on. She doesn't even have
yeah,
feet, she's got like a scorpion tail. So I definitely a couple days before Christmas was at my family's house and was like, "Yeah, so I think I'm going to say yes. This is the art." And they were like,
okay.
"What?" But otherwise, I always get to choose what I'm wearing. Like this upcoming event for cool stuff in
Mhm,
Orlando or Vegas in
mhm,
June. I have one or two costumes picked out, one for each day, but the rest of the days I need to figure out what I'm wearing or what I'm making. But yeah, it's
okay,
pretty freedom unless even the events like this cool stuff con that I'm going to, they just want me to cosplay all 3 days. They do not have any restrictions on what character I choose to cosplay.
okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you are contracted, like, "Hey, we want you to be Fresca." Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
now they told you what you need to do.
Mhm.
What is your, like, process, and then finally, what did it all cost you to put that costume together?
I don't know exactly how much it cost me, but in the smoke machines, the lights, that was probably at least $100 right there in electronics. The foam, I already owned some foam, but I did have
Okay.
to order some more foam, but it was
Mhm.
definitely multiple rolls, so probably $100 worth of foam there just to estimate. And then like welding cement and paint and
Oh,
all of
wow.
the other little things, threads, notions. Oh, the wires and the I used cable wrap wire for her things, like so a couple of yards of that. Throw all that together, maybe like another $50. So I'd estimate the materials for the costume about 300,
Okay.
rough
Wow.
guesstimate,
Yeah.
not counting any of my tools that I already own, of course.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah,
Mm.
it's kind of crazy. She's definitely one of the more involved ones.
Yeah, yeah. So you still put your costumes together yourselves, right?
Yeah,
Yourself?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So how long did it take you to put it together?
I can tell
I
you.
got the notes. Hold on.
I really like keeping track of my hourly notes so that I
Yeah, yeah.
can better guess exactly how long it'll take me to make a costume. 142 hours and 45 minutes is how long
Wow.
Vraska took me total.
Wow. So that was like over a course of a month putting it together or a couple weeks? I mean, 100 hours
I
is a lot.
It was such a short amount of time because I didn't start working on it until I got the contract back, and I didn't say yes to the contract until right around Christmas. So I don't think I got all my materials and actually started working on it until about January 15th. And then the event was the last weekend of February, but of course
wow.
I fly in a little bit earlier. So I think I did it in like 4 weeks.
Wow. Okay. That's some dedication. Hell
It
yeah.
was
That's
intense.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Hey,
also
what's
made
up, Stu?
my
Just awesome.
I also made my Paradise Mantle cosplay in about that same amount of time because I was trying to make something that was competition worthy. For my sponsor, Ultimate Guard, they really wanted to have me in the cosplay contest with like their name behind it. And I wasn't planning on entering that particular contest. So then I did the same thing again the following year, making a costume in like 30 days right before the February con. And
Wow.
I have said no more to that unless somebody wants to hire me and pay me well, then I'll do it again, of course. But
Yeah.
I've been making my Terra brand for Final Fantasy VI cosplay since November, and I am still working on it, but at a nice pace where I still have 3 months before Vegas, and I hopefully will not be con crunching at all. That's the dream, is to not con crunch, right?
Yes. 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 I hear that. I hear that.
So I'm trying to
Have
get
you?
better at my planning.
Oh, hell yeah. And have you made costumes for others?
Yes, one.
Okay. One.
I have made the Will Kenrith part of the Will and Rowan Kenrith that originally came out in Battle Bond. I made that
Huh?
costume for my brother. We went and did
Nice.
it in Vegas in 2019, which was really cool because it was right before Wilds of Eldraine was spoiled, and they spoiled the Royal Scions card while we were there that weekend, like
Oh, nice.
completely unplanned. Obviously, their outfits are a little bit different in the Eldraine with some armor. In Battle Bond, it was more like arena jersey style things. But yeah, I made a costume for somebody. Commissions are hard because I am so behind. Not so behind, but I'm trying to keep. I have such a long list of cosplays that I want to do for myself that I pretty
Yeah.
much tell people, no, not
But
for
that's kind of
you.
cool because it fits the cosplay too, because it's like Will's her brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's neat.
Mhm.
That's awesome. And yes, Chris, awesome. You're in for tonight. I invited you, but you're like, bruh, I'm busy.
Yeah. I gotta go dance practice.
Oh, okay. And so you dance as well. Like, do you do dance shows or?
I used to dance professionally, but right now I'm just
Mm,
in a local ballet class. They're actually inviting the adults for the first time ever to the recital. So I do have something to work for, but usually it's traditionally just been like a weekly drop in class. I like to stay fit in different ways.
no, that's awesome. And it's so funny because I've seen a couple where people are just so involved in the game, or maybe you just dance too much at your store or something. I don't know, but you're always like doing little dances and stuff, and everyone in the background is just 100% disinterested. I was just like, if
That's
I saw
actually
someone
my new
dancing in front of me, I'd be
thing.
like, I'd have to look and go, well, what's going on? You know?
That's my new thing, doing dance trends at Magiccons, and it's really fun. Then people can like find people they know in the background. I mean, everybody's used to my BS at this point, right?
That was just funny because you're like you did the full rat dance, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. And then like no one in the background, just like we see this all the time, whatever.
They
And
were
this
in
was
the
at
middle of
con.
their pre-release games. They were focused.
Oh yeah, they were laser on the game. They don't care about anything else. So that's the other thing too. You do cosplay for other events. You mentioned a few before. What I know you said Lorcana. Were you
Yeah.
contracted, or you just like decided to don some Disney princess funness?
Not yet, but I do
Mm.
have some potential news in the future where
Oh.
Ravensburger and I will be working more hand in hand. So nothing
Mm.
official to announce on that yet, but we are in some conversations. I brought Snow White Fairhearted to life at their most recent event on the West Coast in Vegas in
Mm.
2024. She's like got armor, but
Yeah, I
it's the
saw that.
regular
Yeah.
Snow White dress.
Right.
So yeah, I've done stuff with that. I've done some volunteer cosplay in my local community that's also used some of my other characters, like cosplaying at baseball games, and as well pre-pandemic doing volunteer cosplay at the local hospital, going to the pediatric unit, seeing kids as Captain Marvel is one of my main Marvel Universe characters, or Black Canary from DC. But Marvel's more popular with the kids. So
okay. And we have our own little celebrity that likes to float around in the Magic community. Say hello to Michael Superbacker.
Hi, Michael.
Yes. Hi. How you doing? So yes. Okay. So I don't know how much more time you have, so I don't want to take a.
Oh, you're fine. We can go a little longer whenever. Yeah.
My game's at 7, so I'm like I have plenty.
Okay. Well, I got at least 20 more minutes. So.
Okay. Perfect. I just want to make sure we're still good on time. Yes.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about cosplay, about that. So as far as becoming an ambassador, you were just doing the events and you met the right people. They passed along your email and you got contacted by WotC, someone at WotC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually in Orlando when I got the email for an event 2 years ago when it started. I was like, oh, this is exciting.
So it's more of a recent thing. I thought you were doing it for a little bit longer than that, but that's awesome.
The ambassador program?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ambassador program isn't that old. It only started in 2023. So that first flight of creators, that whole year-long one, that was the very first ambassador program. So big shout out to Deanna D'Amico, who is no longer at Wizards. She's moved on to another game company, but that was kind of her baby. She started it. She made it happen. She was someone who I had been following before she got the job at Wizards. But you know, I know that there's a little Rolodex of people that probably gets left behind by whoever worked there before. And I was also connected to the community manager at Wizards prior to her coming on. So, I mean, I don't know how exactly they chose to get my email, whether it was because she'd seen me post Magic stuff online as we were friends, or if there was the Rolodex that was left behind that had my information left on it. So.
Nice. So, before the ambassador program, because I thought it was older than that. I mean, again,
it's pretty new.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty new.
Some people would get random and it was kind of like as a like I've been doing this channel for almost 4 years. I know people that were working longer never get hit up on it, and they have like a big following. But it was just kind of weird to see some smaller channels get hooked up with some cool stuff. I think I saw a while back someone actually got a whole cooler, like a backpack, a freaking cup, and like all this fun stuff. What was the biggest package you got from being an ambassador, and like, or what was your favorite thing? I guess, yeah.
Okay, well, let me answer that in 2 parts. So I did get the cooler thing too. That was a secret lair promotion that the secret lair team sent out. And that was also at least a year or 2 before the ambassador program was ever born. I know there's different marketing teams at Wizards, and I think the secret lair team has their own marketing department that might be like, they might ask creators, Wizards creators, like, hey, can you give us some names? But I think there's quite, like, even Magic Online might have its own area.
Well, especially now because they're our own company.
Probably the coolest thing that I ever got. I got 2 things that are pretty cool from the ambassador program. This came with Tarmogoyf dice inside of it, but it's a little
that is neat.
Book deck box, and they also had some Tarmogoyf dice that they got printed that came in this whole set, and it was like a thanks 2023 ambassador thing that we got. So this is really cute. Sometimes I store some adult goodies in there.
Okay.
I know, right?
Fair.
Right there at my
I mean, you're still using it. Hey, whatever, right?
I just got a whole new computer monitor setup, so that's why all this stuff is on this shelf right here. This shelf is usually clear so that you can see my play button and everything. But this, I don't even think you can see it. Can you see the Lotus?
Oh, barely. Can you? Is it hard to bring out, or?
Yeah, it's hard to bring out.
Okay. No, never mind. Oh, that's the actual jeweled Lotus.
Yeah. That is
Wow.
the
Is it
jeweled
crystal?
lotus.
Is it like crystal or
It's
something?
crystal. It lights up.
Oh, that's neat.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I have everything's unplugged right now because I had to
No
figure out
worries.
my
That
cord
is freaking
situation.
cool.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so I've
that's
gotten
neat.
some cool swag that I like just having on my shelf.
I mean, I'm a Jund player, so you having the girl symbol up, I'm like, oh, you're my hero. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then
um.
this thing was pretty cool too. This was also from Wizards.
Oh,
It's a light
neat.
box. That was from the ambassador program as well. So we had to say our
Oh,
favorite
that's
mana
sick.
color. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff on this shelf, but I'm like, ambassador program first season was really cool.
Oh yeah, that is neat. That is neat. Okay, so let's ask some actual Magic questions. What
Okay.
is your favorite deck to bust out when you're like? Do you have particular decks that you bring to cons or yeah,
Commander.
yeah, Commander, yeah.
To cons, I usually bring my Sonic the Hedgehog deck that's only a few months old, but I've brought it quite a few times. It's my gotta go fast deck.
Yeah.
I like it. It goes fast, and I can get more games in with more people.
Okay.
I also really like bringing my Mario Kart 64 deck. I
Is
also
that
like
a
my
new one
Chrono
or?
Trigger deck. The Mario Kart 64 one has had
Yeah.
4 different iterations now. It's been around for
Okay.
3 years. But the Chrono Trigger deck has been around the longest. People really enjoy playing against my video game decks.
Okay. Casey has a good question for you. As you've
Okay.
been streaming in social media for quite some time, maybe he's asking for
Yeah.
me. I don't know. What are some obstacles that you've seen that male content creators need to overcome to be successful? Hmm. Interesting question.
Yeah, I wonder who's it for, but I think that it could be answered genderlessly.
Sure.
I'm curious what you mean about the male. Are you saying because so first off, to kind of I think where you're going, I don't really show off my assets very much when I'm streaming. Sure, some cosplays do, or sure,
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while I'll take a sexy photo,
Mm-hmm.
but my makeup is just super simple right now. I just put eyeliner on and that was
Yeah.
it. So like I don't know if you're getting at that you like maybe girls have boobs and you think that that's what you're asking what you need to overcome to be successful. I don't know what you're saying, but I think
Yeah. I don't know.
most importantly your audio has to be good. I know we were
Yes.
talking about that before.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk away and listen to a stream and not see what it is, and if it sounds awful, you're going to be like change it. If it sounds crisp, even if you don't care about what they're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
good to go. Like you don't even need your face on if you're worried about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been a karaoke host for like ever, and also
Yeah.
I not so much the theater kid. I was in drama though, but I was a choir boy. Oh boy, not religious, but in choir. So that helped out a lot too. But I agree with you on the sound part. Like music stuff, and sound. I'm your guy for that. But like everything else, not so much. I'm not sure. But that is a good question. Like I guess it should be a genderless question. What obstacles you've seen that a content streamer needs to
I
overcome
also
to be
I also
successful.
think you
Yeah.
just need to be consistent. For me, starting off, that was once a month, and that was fine. My community knows still that sometimes I'm so busy that I only go live once a month.
Okay.
But just having good audio, being consistent for whatever your consistency is. If you want to do 3 days a week, good for you. Be consistent so
Yeah.
people can plan to tune into you on one of those 3 days or all 3 days.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And my buddy my Three Stooges here says he's been trying to get me promoted more. And I had some good interviews lined up, but this is kind of it. Like scheduling. Like I guess we were planning what February-ish or a little bit before that, but it's
Yeah.
scheduling. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
hurting.
scheduling's hard.
herding cats, is what I call it, or obviously herding squirrels because they're all over the place
Well,
doing their own thing.
you
So
know, from hosting Commander games, I host Commander games too. Even if you've planned the perfect pod, life happens, and one out of your 3 guests you might have to find somebody last minute. I feel like that's pretty
yep,
common. So just to
yep.
get one person lined up can sometimes even be tricky, but we make it happen.
Yeah, no, and it's just working at it constantly. And oh god, let me pull up her name. I kind of hit her. I didn't get to meet her in person, but I caught her on a live stream. I am still working on Talia Vest.
Oh
I saw some
yeah.
pictures with her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Talia's nice. She's
so
pretty busy. She's busier than
yeah,
me, but she's very friendly.
yes, and I kind of gathered that, and I'm hoping that me constantly hitting you up doesn't bug. That's why I always worry about too. Because
No, if
I've
I'm
been hitting up for a while, in the last couple months, but I've been like kind of chill and then come back and because every Thursday I'm live, so I'm always
it's
looking for people to
good.
come in. Then yeah,
I know that with once you get to a level of having enough followers, it's
yeah,
really like I used to be so good at replying to every DM.
yeah,
I can't do that anymore, or I will literally be on Instagram for 30 minutes. And that's
mm,
too much just to be replying to DMs. So I try to reply to most comments, but so I like it when if you're trying to hook up or collaborate with a Magic creator, like, sending them a ping, like, hey, do you have time to do this? I think that's totally okay. Because there's definitely times where I've been like, oh, I forgot whose account DM'd me, and you are now buried at a list. And it's not that I don't
mm.
mean to get back to you. It's just that with everything else going on, it's hard.
Yeah, no, and I know that.
So I think a little poke or a little ping is okay every now and then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll continue to work on her. But that was the other thing too. Hopefully my interview process has been pretty easy and good.
Yeah.
So if you want to send any
Yeah.
people my way, I'd love to talk to them and figure it out. I guess so you've been cosplaying for a while now. We've heard some good stuff and some bad stuff. What have you ever had to deal with any of the bad stuff? Do you get any haters or is everyone pretty chill?
Mm, I don't think I really get haters too much. I think people see that I've spent time working on my stuff. I've definitely had more comments from friends
Uh-huh.
that have been like, "What?" Where like, if anything, where they'd be like, "Oh, her cosplay is so cool. Like, you gotta cosplay like her one day," or something that it's
Yeah.
like not completely backhanded, but I've
Yeah.
been really fortunate that I haven't had to deal with many of the bad situations. I also think I'm pretty forward, and if you're doing something that's annoying, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, like,
Yeah, I
knock it
kinda
off or
I gather that from you. So, like, when I hit you up, I was just, no BS, just went right for the juggler and go, "Hey, I got this show, let's do it." And you'd be like, "Yeah, okay." Like, it
yeah.
was probably fairly easy, and I knew that if I didn't approach you right, you wouldn't have been like, "Oh, hell no," you know? Yeah. So,
Yeah,
it
I feel like for a lot of people, well, a lot of women in Magic or people
Mhm,
in cosplayers, I feel like a lot of the
mhm,
problems that are regular problems I
mhm.
haven't experienced, and I do wonder if that's because of my extroverted personality. I don't
Yeah.
let myself get into situations where I'm going to feel bullied or belittled, or if someone doesn't like my cosplay, I don't care. I can walk over and go talk to some other people who would be interested in talking to me. Like, no big
Yeah.
deal. It's
Well,
not for everybody, that's fine.
right, and I get that. If you're more introverted, I'm sure it is, it's even difficult getting out the door, but, I find putting on a face or putting on getting into character or getting into, I guess, my other persona, which is more DJ-ish, like radio, I can get around some of the issues that might pop up. But being female, of course, being dressed up immaculately, you probably have a few people walk up to you just stunned, they can't even talk.
I think the only thing that I've ever had to deal with is, like, when I'm eating, but people are pretty
No,
respectful. There's enough
that's good.
culture
Yeah.
that people know about it now that if you say,
Mm.
"No, I'm eating right now," they understand. Like, everything that could be an issue, I feel like pop culture has taught everybody, and honestly, nerds who play Magic are pretty respectful in comparison to the average jock or Joe Schmo that might be attending a college football game or something. Like the
Yeah.
general ambiance of how people approach each other is a lot different.
Yeah, I would assume so. And we have a lot of introverts that play Magic, so it's got to be a different scene than if you do something for Locana or like a sports event or something, right? So would you say like the Magic community is like kind of a little more accepting, or maybe not approach you as much? Because I would think there's a lot of shy people,
I think there's a lot of shy people, but I think that
Mhm.
there's also people that are like just want to ask you that weird question that have the guts to do it. Like I don't want to
Yeah,
I can't think of an example, but it's like there's something ballsy about Magic players that I don't know if the regular person would do. They'd be like, like asking how many hours I have on my costume. People will come up to me and
yeah,
just ask random stuff, but they
yeah.
won't be like, "Oh yeah, and who's the character?" Like
Oh yeah.
so, yeah, like they just appreciate the craftsmanship. So,
Oh
I
hell yeah.
think Disney in comparison,
Mhm.
the community is a little bit more outgoing, but it's
Mm.
also because like everybody who goes wears Disney swag and everybody's like like there's a definitely different vibe where everyone's just like the Disney magic of everybody enjoying their favorite characters is like so much more there. Where Magic, we
Yeah.
all kind of have our own like we like the art, we like grinding PTQs, we like
Mm.
cosplaying and walking the hall. Like I think Lorcana is still so new that kind of everybody's just excited to be at an event. So
Yeah, true, true.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm glad you never ran into any issues there. That's cool because
Yeah.
I know like there was a lot of issues for cosplayers at like Marvel or Comic Cons and stuff like that. So you haven't had to deal with any of that negative stuff necessarily.
No.
No, awesome.
I'm fortunate. The only
Yeah.
negative thing I had was one time I wore my Sailor Uranus costume online and I
Yeah.
did a thing to a sound. And this was before people were listening to sounds on Instagram and YouTube. It was kind of a
Okay.
TikTok only thing. And I feel like
Ah.
people didn't get the fact that it was a trending sound and took offense to it when I was like, this is really innocent. But that's like the only thing I've ever faced.
Oh, and I good question. I gotta ask too. Have you ever cosplayed Chandra?
No, I haven't. I only did like a very casual version during the pandemic for like go on a date with a planeswalker
Oh,
outfit
neat.
change. I
Yeah.
did a brief little Chandra with a short red-haired wig and some goggles and a black
Okay.
leotard and a red skirt and some red gloves, but I've never done like an official Chandra.
It would probably be expensive and time consuming, but I would say, was it, was it, okay, Chandra Planeswalker 3-drop, Dress to Kill. That would be sick.
Oh yeah, the ball gown. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just an idea to throw out there. Yeah,
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 no,
yeah,
Chandra's been a more requested one. I have not done her. I think Avison is a little bit more requested. Sometimes it's hard for me to do the super popular ones because I just want to do the niche ones.
yeah. No, no, and you got to go with what kind of fits you, right?
Yeah.
And being fiery, I'm sure would fit you because you are definitely an extrovert,
Yes.
so it could work for you. Yes, awesome. And let's see, what else did I want to ask? We asked about the ambassador. Okay, so what inspires you?
Oh,
Like, yeah, I know.
definitely art
Okay,
inspires me. Um, Recycling inspires me. I like
hey
finding
now.
things around the house that I can use in different cosplays. Um, just trying to learn how to do new things inspires me. So like each cosplay that I pick, I kind of pick a new skill where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Like Tara Branford, I've made my own corset a couple of times. Like Smothering Tithe was my most recent challenge on like make a fitted corset. Tara Branford has a very fitted like dress strapless deal, but so I'm going to try to make it fitted like a corset but with a zipper in the back. So I'm going to take everything that I learned from Smothering Tithe and put that into Tara Branford.
Oh, we got a reply from earlier as far as what I should cosplay, and
Oh yeah.
yes, and he's saying why is Garuk, but I am kind of shy in my body type, but I have the body type to totally bust a Garuk. Yes.
You could totally do Garuk.
Oh yeah,
Get one
yeah.
of the axes or make your
Right,
own.
right. And I already am barrel chested, but I'm a little shy.
If you don't
I
want to
never
show
got.
off your chest, you could always be t-shirted Garuk and like have a nice vest with some like
Yeah,
faux
like one of those
animal fur or something.
fake muscle suits, or well, he
You
doesn't
could
look. He's
do
barrel
that. You
chested
could
though.
even
Yeah,
just wear like a black t-shirt or something underneath and like you could do it at your own comfort level. If you don't want to have your chest exposed walking around the con, like
yeah.
you got to be comfortable in your cosplay. That's highly important
That's a
because it
good
will
point. Yeah,
show on your face if you're uncomfortable.
yeah. Wear a shirt. Okay, what? Hold on, Vince is being funny. Hold on. Okay. Wear a shirt with the New Balance logo. Tell people you're cosplaying as one of the Morrow shoes. Okay.
I've seen some great Morrow
Okay, that
cosplays.
was
That's one
that.
of my
Okay, a silly
favorite.
question for you. When you, if you've been to WotC and when you meet Morrow, was it a mandatory thing that you had to wear bright white New Balance?
I haven't been to Wizards of the Coast headquarters, but
Okay.
I've met Morrow several
Mhm.
times. I managed to run into him like at the most random times, but
Yeah,
he's such a nice guy. I feel really fortunate that he recognizes me and knows me and will ask me about stuff, which is really cool. Like I ran into him at Gen Con after his panel in the hallway
mhm.
when I was just milling about. I ran into him in between Magiccon Chicago
Yeah,
in the long walkway at
yeah.
one point.
Mhm.
In Vegas, I did his unknown event on Sunday, and we got one of the cards that he designed. It was a 6-drop, had 2 of the same ability on it. It was blue green. I can't remember what it was exactly right now, but it was the busted one. And so he signed it twice for us and thought it was
Nice.
real cool. But no, I've never had on white New Balance shoes when I've met Mark Rosewater.
Okay, I
So
thought that was mandatory. I felt out of place, when I did meet him and got to talk to him real quick. I'm like, do I need to get New Balance?
no, but I feel like you should have a flannel shirt.
Yes. I totally agree. Yeah, I ran into we kind of meme on him a little bit, but he's kind of the person that would appreciate that.
I think
The
so.
host of MTG Weekly or Weekly MTG. I ran into him outside just randomly because like this last con I was kind of having too much fun, so I was always getting to con late. But it was kind of cool because I got to meet the artists right before they close, or not meet, but re-meet or talk to. And is it Seth? No, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now, but yeah, he
Blake?
hosts Blake. Thank you. Yeah, why
Mhm.
did I get Seth? Oh, anyway, yeah, Blake was totally chill, dude. Like, and I even told him we kind of meme on a bit. He's like, "That's awesome." And then we took some goofy photos. I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" I love to
Cool.
talk
Yeah,
to him
Blake's
because
nice.
he's you've met him before, right?
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
talked to him as much as some of the other wizards, but I have met him before.
Yeah. He's just like he is on screen, so it's like no different. And it's kind of funny because he's like he's not condescending. He's just kind of I don't
Matter of
know.
factly.
Very matter
Yeah.
of fact, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny because like every time he talks, he's like, after you're done with the sentence, like, yeah, okay, that's great, yeah. It's like,
He
dude,
takes it in. Yeah.
he does take it in, but it's kind of funny because it seems like he doesn't care at all, but he does. It's just kind of funny because that's what we kind of make fun of him, just like I don't know. I wish I still had the meme because I've switched over to this one, but we have one where he was kind of because we make fun of how many variants there are. There's like 20 different variants for one single card every set now, and he was trying to figure out his piles, and he was just kind of stumbling. So we had the meme a while back that was just like words, So yeah. Anyways, yeah. But so you met Rosewater, you met Blake, you've worked with God, I'm sorry, my brain's just like shut off right now.
I probably know a lot of wizards behind the scenes that not as many people know. Or like
okay.
the gals that do the Magic story now.
Mm,
I'm blanking on their names right now. But like I know both of them, and yeah, so
okay. And I've been asking all the questions, and the reason why I'm bright is I don't like filming usually before 5 because I don't have my lighting set up here. This is why I'm like, "Ah." To answer the question earlier, yes. No, I'm like really that white. So did you have any questions for maybe the chat or myself? Oh, anything that you want to plug? If you'd like, is there any links or any events you want to push? Because if you say something in the YouTube chat, because this program is weird, it won't let you chat in here. It's so lame. But anyways, if there's anything you want to push, if you want to say hi real quick in the chat, I can add you as a mod, and then that way you can just like push out the link, whatever you want to push, any charities or any events you want to talk about.
So I've got a couple of events coming up in less than 2 weeks. I'm heading to
Oh, wow.
Orlando, Florida for Cool Stuff Con. So you can it's a free entry to the hall, but you can buy packages. I'll be cosplaying all 3 days. There will
Nice.
be meet and greets where you can meet creators each day, pods that you can play in. So that'll be a really fun event. And then my next event after that is just Vegas. So I mean, I'll see everybody there at Magiccon Vegas.
Okay.
Let
So
me
big
see if I
request.
yeah.
I am trying to raise up money to go to Vegas. Unfortunately, kind of in a situation, but if I do make it, can we plan a karaoke night? I know you can get more peeps than I can.
Yes. Karaoke nights are so much fun.
Oh yeah,
It would have to be karaoke nights are tricky. I feel like
Saturday, right?
Saturday is better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
And
I
then
don't know if they're doing a party or not Friday.
yeah, they haven't announced the schedule or not. I will say the parties in Chicago this year were really good, and so it
Oh
just
hell yeah.
depends on kind of what's going on. But yeah, you look the rooms in Vegas too. You have to the pricing on Saturday night is also more expensive. So you have to have people who are willing to commit to the room. So yes, we could get it going. You just have to have people that can commit.
Oh no, it's
That's the
got to be a
one
bar.
thing.
Stop it. I'm not talking like in house, because then you have to worry about the room and the noise level and all that. No, I mean like at a bar somewhere along the monorail, I would think, just so
I think
people
the
can.
only like karaoke options that they kind of do now are like rooms where you choose what size of a room to rent out, like
Okay.
6 to 8 people or like 10 to 20
Mm,
people. They
okay.
don't like have quite your dive bar karaoke like you and I are used to every
Yeah.
weeknight in our hometown.
Yeah, yeah. No, there are a few. I'll try to find them out. Because I like the monorail's amazing. You don't need to drive at all. Like it will get you anywhere up till about 3 a.m. So I want to
Yeah,
find one off of the monorail and something that's easy and hopefully closer to the convention, so we can all just meet up, have
I'm
fun,
down.
and oh hell yeah. I was talking to Anne Margaret about it, just through chat. I haven't really talked to her, but yeah, I actually ran across her and I was like kind of hung over and just ran across her and I was like, she was in deep in conversation. And I was like, I even told her later, I meant to hit you up. And they're like, you should just hit me up. I'm like, damn it.
She's really nice too. I feel like
Yeah,
everybody who you've mentioned, I'm like, these are all my people. They will probably
nice.
also see my interview and then be like, oh, ZBexx has done it. Sure, I can go on and talk to DJ.
Yeah, that would be great. And again, I'm trying to branch out to all MTG peeps because I want my channel to be like the one that everyone comes and chills at, who wants to be themselves and not worry about nothing. And
I love
obviously
that.
play games with us too. That's been my
Yes.
goal. Yeah.
We'll get that
So
going eventually as well.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just let me know when you have a Thursday free for MTG Roundtable. Again, we're not a echo chamber. It shouldn't affect you at all with any of your stuffs. But come in and tell us, hey, Tarkir was great, but dude, that one dragon, hell no. Something like that. And I know we got to wrap up here soon. Oh, actually, Caustic, I have a meme for you. Here we go. I just got like I've been trying to track down all my memes.
You need a meme folder.
I
Put
do. I
them
have
all in
one,
the
but
folder.
There it is, but this one you can't title it, so I have to go by picture only. And I know everyone in the chat's just like, bro.
You can title that "Get Good."
Yes.
The sun.
It won't let you type it though. But here,
word to your mother.
There you go. And I got one for my boy Cole.
Pumping on his pipe in his hobbit hole.
And Chris is here, so we'll play his.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So I know we have to wrap up, and oh my god, I'm like now glowing. Oh god.
You're a celestial being.
Yes.
Accept it. Your first cosplay is actually happening right now.
Right, exactly.
You are a star.
Yes, yes. So I have a little treat for you. I don't have a lot of money, but I was gonna say if you might be down for a tiny, like little tiny collab. So I'm going to hook you up with that right there. A Dragonstorm play pack.
Cool.
And what I would like you to do if you're game is if your pack's awesome, like I would edit you in real quick, like you would just pop in and go awesome face, like yay. Or if it's just a really crappy pack, maybe just come in and pout a little bit like, you know.
Sure, I can do that again. A little follow-up.
Yeah. So my Dragonstorm's coming in Monday or Tuesday this following week, or this week coming up. So I film a 30 different packs, 30 different mats. So every single pack has its own mat.
Cool.
Right? So it's a different mat. And I film a short series, and I usually, when I can afford it, try to give away a full box, not to one person, but to 30 different peeps, or people win it, right? So why don't we do that now in your honor? I'm gonna give away a Dragonstorm pack.
Cool.
Let's don't type anything in yet, guys. Let me get NaughtyBot up. We call it NaughtyBot, it's Nightbot, but we call it NaughtyBot because when I first put it on there, you know how they have restrictions and stuff like that as it tries to mod your channel. Well, someone put in a bunch of squirrels, and NaughtyBot was like, "Oh hell no, you're timed out for 60 seconds." We're like, "Bruh," and then it was doing it to everyone. It was putting.
That's what we do here. We put squirrels in the chat.
Yes, yeah. Let's see some squirrels in the chat. Let's hype it up a little bit. I'm typing up the word right now, and this is the last pack besides the one I'm hooking you up with. But yeah, if you could do like a pouty and a happy face, and if it's kind of a if it's kind of one of those packs, let's see here. If it's a bad pack, we'll have full on. So that would be like the pouty face. You're like, boo, something like that. Okay, and all right, there it is. So, in your honor, I will put. Oh, bruh, come on now. All right, copy and paste, and we'll put this in right now. Here you go. Bam. Hashtag ZBexx. Type that in the chat right now, and we'll go ahead and spin off for you. And I got you a pack. So later on, I'll get your shipping info and all that fun stuff. So,
should we open a pack right now while we're waiting for people?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. All right, there we go.
All right, we got it. We got a pack. We got a pack.
Woot. Uh-oh.
Okay.
There it goes.
There we go. These are just all commons, so we don't care about these anyway. We got the Good Yeti. We got all sorts of stuff. My lights are a little bright here. Oh, we got the new Siege Rhino, the uncommon Rhino. Inspired Vanguard. Bewildered Blizzard. And Stadium Headliner. 1/1 mobilize for 1. And a foil Dusty Earth Carver. Not bad. We'll take it. I think you give that a wah-wah, honestly.
Yeah, a little wah-wah. Okay, so yes.
I actually might put this in Cranko.
What is it? I can't really see it.
Stadium headliner. It's a 1/1 with mobilize 1, and it had the ability is why I'd put it in Krenko. Maybe it's pay 2, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control a target creature. Like goblins would love that.
Oh, bet. Is it combo itself?
It's a goblin warrior. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for opening that pack.
Yeah, might as well. Now the one you send me or somebody else will be banger because we got that bad luck out of the way.
Right. And okay, so it just picked up. We got Michael Superbacker, My Three Stooges, Robert's Table, and Caustic MTG. Again, type in hashtag ZBexx, and we again this pack will be coming in Monday or Tuesday, and I will schedule with them because I'm not going to all crack it in one go. Got to spread it out for the content, right? But anyways, I filmed I film the shorts at the same time using my camera because it's better quality. And then, you get to watch the whole process. So there's no shenanigans or anything. But I open them and then film them and then re-edit and have fun later adding my own music and other things to it. So good times. All right. So we got Cap in the mix. Awesome. We'll give you guys a couple, like another minute here, and we'll go ahead and spin off. If I can find my mouse. Hello. Oh, Bray. Come on. There, Bray. All right, there we go. Then, yeah. So, what is today? Today is the 9th. 25. But yeah, if I manage to go, we totally have to figure out karaoke, and I will try to reach out to your peeps too, because I wanted. And Margaret was all about it, and I was like, oh, and I just couldn't coordinate nothing. Like every time people are like, oh yeah, I'm on board, and then nothing happens. I'm like, ah. But
Vegas is hard because there's a lot going on. I'll definitely be hitting up whatever Wizards hosts, whatever night they decide to do it, because those are always like a blast.
Yeah. I went to one, and it was with Frodo.
Yes.
Yes, I was there for that. I missed you in the crowd there, but
I was at the very front. I was hugging the front the whole time.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Talia and I were actually up at the very front, like dancing and grooving together.
Nice. Yeah, no, they also had a karaoke room, and unfortunately, I had blown out my voice the couple of nights before, so I was like, gruff DJ walking around, hey, what's up? And, you want to join the channel? We were like, oh, what the hell?
Well, and it's Vegas, so you're already more dried out than you should be. I think I also started losing my voice just to the dryness.
But I did blow out my voice proper. Okay, I will say that. And I blew it out singing Rebel Yell properly. So.
Oh, okay. The truth comes out.
I'm a singer. Don't get me started. I like Doors, STP, Radiohead. Even I won't do high. That song's too high. I'm sorry. But my go-tos, 9 Inch Nails, of course, is my favorite. But the Closer, no matter what version you get on karaoke, is absolutely crap. Just don't do it. Okay, just don't. But yeah, I loved it. I blew out my voice doing that, and then further blew out my voice. I think I ended up able to sing 3 songs. So of course my finisher was Killing in the Name of. So yeah, my voice was just done for the whole weekend. Just like, why are you even trying to talk?
I've learned don't blow your voice on Friday because you have Saturday and Sunday where you're going to try to be talking to people, and it's really hard to play games or like even just as the volume gets louder during certain times in that open convention hall. Like you need your voice the whole weekend. Maybe Sunday is the day that's the okay one to not have it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the question is of course you should. Stop it.
I said yes in the chat. I was like, open your box. This set is hot.
Okay. Cool. Let me get you tagged in here. If anyone gets too rowdy, you have my full permission to slap them down. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do. I gotta go to. Sorry about that. We're still waiting for a few more peeps to hop in. Feel free, guys. It's hashtag ZBexx to win a Dragonstorm play pack, which will be cracked probably next week.
You're not opening it here?
No.
You're not going to open your box? You got to open that collector booster box. I opened mine.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, yeah, definitely open that. Oh, did you pause? What happened?
No,
Oh,
I'm still
okay.
here.
No, no, it's funny because I muted so we don't have echo, and
Oh.
then like it stopped. I was like, what happened? Okay. All right, ZBexx. There we go. It should. There we go. There you go. Sweet. So if you have any charities or anything that you want to push, you can go ahead and do that now. Yay.
All right. Well, right now I don't have any active charity campaigns that I'm working on. I usually do fundraise for Extra Life. I've also done things before in my local community, like build a Costa hut for the homeless, providing we have a really unique shelter system here that can help house people and give them some security. So keep your eye out for stuff on my page when I do other charitable stuff. But yeah, I've got just everything at ZBexx. You can follow me on my YouTube. That's what I'm trying to grow the most. So
Nice.
appreciate if you're already here watching this on YouTube, you can just
Yeah.
click on my handle and see my channel. But yeah.
Yeah, no, by all means, you have more pull than I do, so it's kind of silly me trying to promote you, but that's what we do on
I'm
the
sure
channel.
there's some people in your chat who didn't know about me before, just like you
Yeah,
didn't know who I was before we ran into each other at the
like
con.
I had an idea, but I'm like, I'm just gonna play like I don't know you at all.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're just like, you were dumbfounded, like, how the hell do you not know me? I'm like, but yeah, no, hopefully after this interview we won't be strangers. Let
We're
me
not.
know on a hey, there we go. Hey, dude, it's still a battle for every single subscriber, man. You still have that now, right? You're just like, even if you get one, you're like, yay, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a really big video blow up from my Princess Peach cosplay, and so
Oh,
I
nice.
definitely battle with it. I think people realize that I'm not doing all Princess Peach cosplay content, and so I
Right.
definitely have seen dips and valleys in the subscriber count, and it's just all about being consistent. So every time I see
Yeah.
someone join my fabulous family and become a subscriber, I'm so appreciative because every person counts, and you being here watching this interview right now at home means that you're so special to DJ's community, which means maybe you'll be special to my community too.
Hell yeah.
So,
And obviously I love sharing community, so send people my way. I wouldn't mind. We're
yeah.
always looking for players, especially because I run late night. I'm a night owl. So we have this Wednesday and then alternating Wednesday, because there's another content creator that kind of helped motivate me to be content creator, which is Paz Brown. Awesome dude. If you get a chance, go check him out. But we're always it sounds kind of funny, but my motto for the channel and for networking is we all grow big together. It's true.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's always been my motto. Again, the only salt we bring is in game, period. So we're a very accepting community here. We have all walks of life, people that you may not agree with, but doesn't matter. We can all sit down and play. My whole thing. I don't care what your politics are or whatever. Keep it to yourself, and hey, let's just play. You want to bring me salt? Beat my butt in Commander. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely special. Yes. Ed and otherwise. Yes. Okay, so let's see where we're at with the giveaway. We have Cap, Michael Stubacker, My Three Stooges, Robert's Table, and Caustic. Give you one more shot, guys. If you guys are in, feel free to type in the chat hashtag ZBexx, and we'll give it one more minute. I know we're getting close to time here, so we're gonna wrap up with this giveaway. Okay. Let's see. We'll give it one more minute. One more minute. Did you have any questions for us?
What's your absolute favorite commander right now?
Oh man. Obviously I'm a squirrel guy, so Chatterfang.
Okay.
But my first commander deck, after just being a standard player almost all the way up to 2019, I think 19 or 20, I finally bit the bullet and go, great, I'm gonna be broke for life. I got into commander. So would have to be Lathril.
Oh,
That's where most of
nice.
my value is. I got some value in other decks, but my scroll deck's pretty neat. My other favorite right now is rats. I have a typo rat deck. There are no relentless rats or rat colonies. It is
Is it
all
black or black red?
it's all black.
Black. Okay.
Yeah, just pure rat deck. And
Maronar?
no, it's an odd one. But see, I even got a little rat on it.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Little poison.
That's perfect.
It's not majorly toxic deck, but I have Krumax or whatever his name is. But actually, I got Lord Skitter as my commander.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I forgot that. That's one of the newer possible cool rat commanders that we got.
Wilds, right? Yeah, Wilds of Eldraine.
Yeah.
It there are more rats that are more synergistic, but this one basically you put in a rat, or anytime you cast a rat, I can exile stuff out of graveyards. So it does take care of some problematic decks that are real. Of course, I can't really think. Again, brain shutting off.
It can be relevant at times. Yeah.
So problematic cards I can get rid of in graveyard, especially if they have a lot of recursion. But he's just there to chill. Honestly, don't even sometimes even run him while playing if I got other synergies with rats. But this deck is super fun, and it's one of the decks that actually holds up against high power and CEDH, even though it itself it can't go off, but it actually holds up.
How much do you like blue?
Let's say I have PTSD. I've played Magic off and on for decades, but I really got into it 2008, and the local meta was nothing but control. We're talking, you play a card, they're like, nope. Okay, so basically I can just play lands. Oh, that's neat. And then they'd sit there and play for like 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, the match is 50 minutes. Okay. That's for multiple games. And they would just stall out and not even for the win. So it's like, what's the point? Do you have a win con? How about you? Do you play blue?
I do.
Oh, okay. I don't hold it against you. I've learned to play around blue, so it's not as bad. But yeah. But also, like, for me, because I do a lot of giveaways and want to be able to trade or sell stuff, I don't play blue or white. It's more of a financial / giveaway thing.
Okay.
So I won't be butthurt if I give away a $40 blue card or a white card. But if it's Jund, I'm like, okay, I guess.
I mean, one of my cosplays is the Double Masters Force of Will art by Skirt Fisher, the
Nice.
VIP version that you could open. So yeah,
Nice.
I have to play blue. It's nice. Now I also kind of came into that period when like Sphinx's Rev was like standard legal, and you're like, how do you beat the control player once they gain that much life and draw that many cards? Well, you don't. You have to beat them before they Sphinx's Rev. But it's kind of nice then to have those little tricks in your arsenal to be like, no, you can't stop it. Like, and like, playing that mana tithe in the deck, like it kind of feels like that. I'm not a control player, so people don't expect me to have it. So I've gotten some people where I just the whole game I'm like, no, I don't have anything. And I'm like, I have a response.
Yes, and it's free casting. You're like, no.
Yeah. So
yeah, no, I hear that. But I've always been kind of mid-range player anyways. I like putting big stompy things down. So, obviously green, red, shocking stuff, dragons, so have to play red. And then of course black, just the other side of control. Hey, with at least black, you get to play it. You get to actually look at your card on the field, and then I say nope.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's a little fairer, but yeah. No, they always clown on me. I mean, not playing blue. And
hey, well, it just means more benefits for them if you open
Yeah,
that
exactly.
force of negation or whatever, then they can have it.
Right. They know I have trade fodder, or they know that it might be a spicy giveaway, that they
Yeah.
know already. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. I know you got to get going, so let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Get the screen up. And then the other thing I was going to say is I do work with AI and make my own music. So if you ever needed any background tracks or anything like that, copyright free, because whatever, I do take some coin, but I did want for free to make you a little theme song. So I want to work with you later on that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, when you have time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sometimes we used to have like chaos nights here on the channel where I'm just messing around with Suno all night, or
Cool.
Yeah. But I would love to make you a theme song, so I need to find out a little bit more about you and to work on the lyrics and get you a song. Oh, that's the other
All
question.
right, that
too.
sounds awesome.
What was your favorite kind of music anyway?
I love EDM.
Oh, perfect. That's what I do here.
Okay, great. Yeah, I do like pop and hip hop, but
Okay.
I gotta say, there's something about 120 or 124 beats per minute that I can hear it in a song, and I'll go look it up, and I'm like, yep, I knew it. I'm like, I could just tell by the way I start grooving.
Yeah. No, that's totally cool. Of course, I love. I've been old school tech head since day one, so I even like the 200 beats per minute. Let's bang our head and go.
Yeah. I'll usually then rock at I'll do the slow beat then and hit on the 100 on the every other beat, slow it down a bit, but still groove. So
Yeah, and my Three Stooges wants to share his song. I'm working on the video currently, and the phonetics, so we'll share it out with after we spin here. So we got only 5 people in. Last chance, everyone. Hashtag ZBexx, and we're doing a Dragon Storm play booster pack that will be cracked here next week, because that's when we're getting our shipment. So, all right. So we got Cap, Michael Superbacker, my Three Stooges, Robert's Table, and Caustic. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and spin it. Here we go. Bink. Michael Superbacker. All right.
woohoo! Congrats.
Yeah, he literally won the last pack in this box. So MSB. Woo-woo. And this one's a little more metal. You like metal a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so this isn't like finished work at all. This is like rough draft, but we have the words for it. And this is all about the commanders that my Three Stooges rocks. So there's no visuals yet. I do apologize, but I didn't want to just throw stuff down. I'm actually working on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find it here. It should be, and the title is still in the works, but it is very metal. Here we go. We've been working on this for months.
Merit raise the dead with care. May your young flies through the air. Stellarly and Cap America are strong. Love that's colors never wrong.
Right?
Cool.
Fortunately, no visuals yet.
Smithy's whispers to the night. 3 dog barks with all his might.
Chris is hella stoked right now. My Three
Falco
Stooges.
vaults a fearsome sight. Your gold Multani, ready to fight.
Cool. I love it. That's great.
Yeah. And are you going to be cosplaying any?
Commanders on the battlefield.
I'll wait for the chorus. My bad.
Legends strong, they never yield. Magic flowing through the night. Prismatic bridges shining light. Battlers are roaring fierce and wild.
So you face these decks.
Bonded to the green and all. Wizards casting with a smile. Changing realms all the
Everyone's been telling me. That's why I'm putting more work into it.
Mountains trembling underfoot. Forests whisper ancient roots. Rivers rushing to the sea. Magic binds us, sets us free.
Oh yeah, so I'm kind of yelling now. I'm sorry. Are you gonna cosplay any Final Fantasy? You said you were working on one.
Yeah, Tara Branford
Okay.
from Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
Magic flowing through the night. Prismatic
Hey, Coach.
bridges, shining lights.
So yeah, this is more metal.
I like it though. There's a lot of metalheads in the community, so I think
Yeah.
that Scrooge's is right. Like, got some potential there.
Oh yeah, it's a great song. But I guess I'll play a little bit more. Hey, come on. Totally metal here though. Hell yeah, old school. But we've also been working on a meme song. I don't know if it's PC or not, but we have a very popular one that I've been working on. Me and TCGDude wrote, and due to the ever-growing prices, we actually made a audio response. And I'm not sure if it's proper or not, but let me know. We have Chocobo D's. Yeah, and it's just so silly. I mean, if you want to hear it, cool. If you don't think it's proper, let me know, because you obviously know what comes after D's.
I will have to get going pretty shortly here, like probably within the next 2 minutes. So
Oh,
just
yeah.
as a little.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't want to hold you up, but I do want to make you laugh a little bit. And I was thinking maybe we can get some cosplayers in, just kind of having fun with it as part of the video, maybe. But
Yeah, there's definitely. I feel like if you have an idea and then let us know at least like before we're doing an event, then like when we've already dressed up for the event, because it's
Sure.
very rarely now that I'll get dressed up for cosplay just at home unless I have like sponsored content that I need to film. But that way we can like get you some video footage while we're all dressed up
that would
in
be sick.
cosplay.
Yeah. No, I'd totally be
Yeah,
down.
so if you have an idea, just DM me about it.
Sure. The lyrics are so simple. My buddy TCGDude's been trying to remix it to actually have real lyrics, but this is the one that just sticks like all the time. Let me know if you can hear it.
I can hear it.
My cousin from Tokyo calling my phone. He was asking for my plug. I said, hell no. He said, why? Chocobo D's nuts.
I think it's great. This one's more my style than the other one. So yeah, I could definitely get you some footage in Vegas when I'm wearing Tara for this.
Hell yeah. I wanted to do it right before, but hey.
I don't know if I'll get into it beforehand or not, but you can always release one version and then release a second version.
That's true. That is very
Especially if people are listening to it, like Lady Gaga proves, you can just keep re-releasing new videos to your song and it'll still blow up.
Yeah, because I was thinking of this like hack, like chocobo and just kind of weird pictures or play the pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, having cosplayers in there just like yelling chocobo, that'd be like, yeah. All right. Well, everyone hears this song a lot here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I'll let you know. I'll send you a copy so you can get some ideas. That would be awesome. Again, thank you so much for joining here on my channel. Don't be a stranger. You know I'm always rocking every Thursday, and if you are a night owl like me, we're always looking for late night players. On Sunday and Wednesday we run a little bit earlier, but I alternate with my buddy so I can catch him and hang out on his stream. But this Wednesday it's always for us 7, so 10 for East Coast heads. And then every Sunday, always at 10:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Used to work a pizza job, so I just kind of kept it there. Always consistency, right? Yeah. So
No, consistency is great.
Yeah.
No, that's
yeah,
it. Thanks so much for having me. It's been really
Oh,
fabulous.
it was a blast. Thank you so much for letting us share a little music with you. And I'll talk at you later to try to get some ideas on making a theme song for you.
Cool.
More EDM. It definitely EDM.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yes. So,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you everyone that was watching this later. Do me a favor, please smash the like and of course the subscribe. That's how we thrive on the channel. Obviously, subscribe to ZBexx because she's super key. And yeah, sub. But yeah, thank you again for coming on, and again, everyone for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Oh, and stick around. You'll like this little end part here. Bye.
Okay.